Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 things about Durham. I have absolutely loved my first 2 years in Durham. I'm so excited to be going back in my fourth year. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing a placement year next year, but I honestly can't wait to get back. I'm really missing it already. I'm really gutted that I couldn't be back there for third term right now. But I've been having a bit of a think about what my top 10 favourite things are, and I'm going to run through those with you now and tell them why they're all my favourite things. And these are going to be in no particular order because honestly I really just struggle to rank everything, but some of them are a bit linked, some of them aren't, so I'm just going to get straight into it. First thing that I love about Durham is the collegiate system. So I just think the colleges are an absolute blessing in Durham. We have 16 of them, 17 as of September, and the way it works is the whole university is divided into smaller groups. So at Mary's we have about 200 undergrad students in our college each year, and that's one of the smaller ones. But it means that there are loads of activities on a collegiate level. There are formal events and balls, but it means that you can get to meet people on a closer level and feel more of a part of the community, in my experience. So this is my undergrad year at St Mary's. As you can see, there's quite a lot of us. One of the elements of the collegiate system, so my number 2 thing I love about Durham, is that you have an exec committee. So these are the people who run the JCR. I've done a whole video about JCRs and everything that should come soon. But basically that's the junior common room, and it encompasses like the activities and events run for undergraduate students in a college. And this is all student led, and I just think this is a really cool system because it means that students can provide what is wanted by other students. So if there's any particular movements that need to happen, or like a student voice needs to be heard, the JCR is there. And I've had the absolute privilege of being part of the exec in my second year at St Mary's, and I was one of the 2 publicity and communications officers with my best friend, and we got to basically design loads of the publicity, make videos for the college and everything. And being able to be part of this committee that represented the students on a collegiate level is just so cool, because you get to learn so many new things and gain so many experiences and just really kind of take charge of your university experience. And you're all voted in like democratically and everything in JCR meetings, and it's just such a cool system. The third thing then is that you get to meet a lot of people across year groups by having the collegiate system. So on the exec I was able to do that because it's made up of people from all years in their undergraduate, and so what this means is you get to work with everyone, and you meet people that you wouldn't necessarily meet who maybe don't have the same other interests as you, so you might do different sports and societies. But I just think it gives you the opportunity to meet such a variety of people, and I think that's a really unique experience. Fourth thing that I have loved about Durham is the friends I've been able to make. I've met such like-minded people at Durham, and I'm not sure whether this would have happened elsewhere. I'm sure I would have made friends, but I've managed to meet people that I just get on with so well, and that has been absolutely brilliant being here. I think because of the vast range of societies and sports that we have on offer, both at a collegiate and a university level, you have so many opportunities to meet people that even if you're quite nervous with new people like me, you are actually in quite a fortunate position to get to know people, because we have shared lunches and everything in Mary's as a catered college in first year. You can kind of get to know so many people, and I just think that's brilliant. The fifth thing I love about Durham is the welfare system. Our welfare is absolutely brilliant, and we have college welfare, the college student support, and university welfare on like a counselling service level. So there is student-led welfare, which I have been super involved in and I absolutely love. And our welfare team is called Welfare at Mary's, and we run campaigns throughout the year. So there are leaders on the exec committee I mentioned earlier, and they each run a campaign, and then as a student you can get involved and help be part of these campaigns and provide loads of useful information to other students. So there are campaigns about relationships, about mental health, about exam stress, and it means that you can really support other students through things they're going through, whilst also educating yourself and obviously helping yourself through these things as well, because we all experience them. You then have the student like support on a college level and the university counselling service, and I have got another video explaining all about that from right at the start of my time on the Durham student. But I just think that range of support has honestly been brilliant, and it's really helped me whilst I've been at Durham. The sixth thing that I've loved about Durham, and this is one that's quite personal to me, but I have found a niche that I absolutely love in my degree. I'm a marketing and management student, and I have discovered an absolute love for consumer psychology and behavioural science. It is incredible to be able to go to lectures with lecturers who are absolutely leading in their subjects and who honestly inspire you when you go to lectures. And this year I have had an entire module in consumer psychology, and it's something that I've grown to absolutely love, and then through my own interest I've explored different areas of that, and I think it has I never expected to find this. Even at the end of my first year, I wasn't aware that I was going to find this area that I really loved, and that has been something so special to me, because I think if I'd gone to a different university with different tutors, I wouldn't have discovered this, and I'm so incredibly fortunate. The seventh thing that I love about Durham is the range of study spaces we have. So between our massive Bill Bryson library, the new Teaching and Learning Centre, and a variety of other buildings, but they're my two most used ones. You have college study spaces, there's like individual subject study spaces, so I know like law students have a study area, there's the business school for business students, but these study spaces are incredible. There are like communal study spaces, group study rooms, silent study areas, kind of casual group work areas, and you can book individual study booths. And the fact that there is such a range, and it's also so close to your lecture theatres, means that you're really well equipped to kind of structure your study day yourself. So you can book a group study room for group work projects, which I have quite a lot of in my degree, and I can go from a lecture to go straight into a room that I have booked, meet up with my peers, study in there, prepare whatever we've done, and then go straight on to a different communal group space where I can eat lunch with my friends while studying. Like, it's honestly great that it's so flexible. And the eighth thing I love about Durham is the range of societies we have. I kind of mentioned that before, but there is such a variety of things. So from beekeeping society to like martial arts to every sport you could imagine. I've been involved in yoga, I've been involved in the Latin Social Dance Society, which involves salsa and bachata and kizomba, different dance styles. There are so many cool societies you can join. There's something for everybody. My ninth favourite thing about Durham, which isn't specifically linked to the university, but it's parkrun. Parkrun operates in so many cities across the UK, but in Durham it's really well attended by university students and staff, particularly at Mary's, which isn't something I knew about Mary's before I got there, even though I knew I really wanted to do parkrun whilst at university because I've done it at home. And the fact that we have such an amazing Mary's community that go to parkrun regularly. If you look on our JCR Instagram, you can see some pictures of us going to parkrun. It's pretty cool, and it means you feel in touch with the local community as well as doing something good for yourself. Gets you out of bed on a weekend, it gets you to know other people from your college, and I just think it's really cool. And I've found a lot of personal development since being part of the Durham parkrun community. Number 10, and a super big thing, is that Durham City is honestly the most beautiful place. I've grown up in like an industrial city, and to me it was always kind of like a dream to live in a pretty place. Not one that I ever realised, but when I got to Durham I was like, oh my goodness, I get to live somewhere this beautiful for 3 years of my life. It's incredible. And I just think it's such a dream to be able to live in a city with the castle that we have, the cathedral, walking along the Riverwalk. It's so pretty. My college, Mary's, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I know a lot of the other colleges are too. And I just think it's such a privilege to be able to go to such a beautiful university in such a beautiful city. So yes, now I have raved to you about my favourite things about Durham. I hope you managed to understand a bit about all the great things we have to offer, but yeah, I would honestly highly recommend Durham. I love it. I'm really happy. And yeah, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.